So we talk about operating a business, and a business needs to be in balance with the community. I mean, also it needs to be in balance with ethics. And we talk about it being in balance. The community enables us to operate and function. So it's very important for us to stay connected with the community, and it's important for us to give back. We try and find some type of catalyst for what creates inspiration for giving back.
Well, there's many that JX is involved in. The one that's closest to my heart happens to be Ellen's Icebreaker, which was started a little over 4 years ago.
Rick Smith's wife is going through some pretty tough times with cancer. And this is in February that she had received a pretty bad diagnosis on either Monday or Tuesday. I don't remember the exact day. But by Friday night, I'm sitting around, and I actually sat down. I had a glass of wine, and most people that know me, I'm never sitting still. It dawned on me this just idea about what could you do. And see, Rick Smith had kind of talked me into jumping in the Special Olympics polar plunge, I think probably 4 or 5 years before that. And every year we were going, and it kind of became this tradition. So this year, it was just happened to be that she gets this bad diagnosis. None of the jumps could fit in my schedule, and I wasn't going to be able to jump. And then that Friday night, I'm sitting at home alone, and suddenly this thing dawns on me. It's like, hey, maybe let's pull together and do a polar plunge for Ellen and raise money for cancer research. First I called the fire chief, who's a friend of mine, to run this by him. And he thought I was crazy. But then he said, well, they started thinking about it, and said, well, let me think about it, I'll get back to you in a couple of days. Then I called Rick.
And he called me up one night. It was his idea, and he suggested that we do a polar plunge in honor of my wife. And I thought that was a great idea. The company pulled together the entire event in a very short period of time.
The whole thing comes together. Then we had the people from the Medical College of Wisconsin come up from Freighter. They were there, they were watching this. They know we're raising this money. And the thing goes off, and there's so many things that could have gone wrong. I mean, every turn. Well, it goes off, it was great. Ellen actually came. And I mean, to me, that was just like, there's a picture of her, and she's like looking at me, and she's like, you could look, I was looking into her soul through her eyes. And it was just, wow.
It was very successful. We raised nearly $25,000 on that first jump. We had 44 jumpers. There's quite a couple hundred people at the event having hot dogs and watching the event on the beach. We've had a total of 4 jumps, and we've raised over $110,000 for gastric cancer research. I'm very proud of that. Unfortunately, I lost my wife to cancer. There's a plaque in her honor at the Cancer Center. We've all been touched. We've lost people to cancer, people that are currently fighting it, or people that have successfully defeated it. We now put the microphone in front of people and allow them to say who they're jumping in honor of. We're trying to expand that. It's called Ellen's Icebreaker, but it's more than that. It's evolving into something larger, and I'm proud of that. And I'm proud that the company I work for supports it so much.
Kind of cool. It's amazing, what you could do on a Friday night, sitting at home with a glass of wine, what it can become. So, but it's something.